So in this session, we are going to discuss about reading and writing from the console. This is console, right? Writing to the console, we can also read values from console. I'm going to explain you how to do that. Okay. Until now, to print any value to console, which is nothing but to print any value to console, we use system.out, right?
Print.
To print or write. We can also call it write any value to console. We use system.out. So again, the system is a class in Java. And when you install Java, that comes bundled with your JRE. So if I want using the system class, on that system class there is out, okay, which returns print stream. On that we call a print ln method. You have print method, you have print ln method. If you want to change line after printing, we use print ln. If you don't want to change line after printing, you just use print. See, so after Sidhu is printed, focus is changed to next line. Since we are using print ln, when no, in the next line this ready got printed, okay, then since we are not using ln, print ln, just using print, focus is still on the same line. That's why the next line also got printed on the, the next word also got printed on the same line. This is the difference between print ln and print. Similarly, to read values from console, we use system.in. Okay, system.in in combination with scanner class. I'm going to explain you scanner SC. I just named the object to SC. New scanner. To this constructor, I need to pass this input stream. Input stream is system.in. As I told you, system.in means whatever the value that we supply from console, that goes inside the system in. Okay, that system in we are passing to the scanner class. Okay, whatever we are passing this value from here console. No, this is printed. Okay, now we have not yet passed. These are printed. reading the println. ఒక పని చేస్తా. కన్ఫ్యూజ్ అవ్వకుండా పెడుతున్నా సెపరేట్ క్లాస్. To read from console, I simply first I will do this, enter your values, enter the values. Before that, I'll create a scanner object. Scanner sc equal to new scanner. To this, I need to pass the system.in. System.in is opposite of system.out. Enter the value. Now sc dot read, not read, sc dot next line. So it returns the line that we enter and storing that into string. String line equal to, then simply printing that value. Let's see what happens. First, it is asking me to enter the value. Okay, I'll explain what has happened here. First, I have created a scanner object to which I am passing the system.in. That means whatever I am passing from the console, that goes inside the system.in, which is passed to your scanner class, which goes into this scanner object. Now I am calling this next line on the scanner object. So whatever the value that I enter here, that is read using this next line method, that goes into this line. Line is nothing but a string variable that we are using. Now I am printing that string. Okay, you entered I am a legend. Print done. Enter the value. I'm searching Tendulkar. Okay. You entered searching. I am Tendulkar. Done. Okay. So this value that I am entering, that is going as a string. Now this next line method, whatever the value that you enter here, that is read as a string and returned when you call this next line method. What if you want to enter integer values? There is a way to do that. This time on this sc object, I am calling this next int method. Next int That means whatever the value that you enter here, that is read as integer and it will be returned as integer. So when any method returns integer value, you need to store that is integer variable only. Let's say next time int age, next int, enter the name here, enter age, system out println here. Instead of line, I will take it as name, then int age is int. Let me execute this. First it asks me to enter the name. Wait, I need to focus here. Okay, when I start program execution, its program is still under execution. Just so what it has printed this line. Now when this line is executed, it waits for console input. It is on listening mode now. See, the cursor is here. You need to click here, enter the value. Okay, program is still being executed. See, this red means program is still running. Okay, this red is to terminate the program, which means program is already running. So it printed this line when this line is executed. When this line is executed, it is waiting for the input from the console. I have input this value and I'm clicking enter. Okay, now it went to next line. It printed that value. You entered the value that you have entered. You entered Sachin Ramesh Tendulkar. Then it has executed this line. Enter age. When this line is executed, it is waiting for the input again. Age equal to 46. Okay. Now it has printed that value. Finally, printed done. Okay. This is how we read values from console. Very simple code. Sometimes reading from console, right? Read from console. We create another class. Read from console. New. I'll name it a new class. Sometimes I need to write a code in such a way that I need to keep on accepting the values. But let me write the code for that. Again, I will put everything in while loop. While I need to first read that value. While main Please be patient. I'll explain what I'm trying to do. Okay. I need to enter the name. It's waiting for me to enter value. So it is, since I have run while loop, it keeps on asking me to enter values. It takes the values, accepts the values. As soon as I enter end, while on equals notice end, okay, program execution is completed. First enter name here, Sachin, Sehwag, Yuvraj. Then when I give end, then it doesn't wait for me to, it doesn't expect any value from console. It simply skips the while loop, execute the next line. What I am trying to do is, first I have created a scanner object using system.in. That means it reads from console. First it is asking me to enter the name. Okay, so when this line gets executed, it waits for me to enter that value. I entered Sachin. Then here it is checking whether the name that I entered is not end. Obviously, Sachin is not end, right? It is going inside. It is printing you entered Sachin. Then it is waiting for me to enter next value. Again, see when this line gets executed, name equal to sc dot next line, it is waiting for another value from console. Then I entered Sehwag. Then it check whether the Sehwag is equal to end. No, it's not equal to end. Then it printed this you entered Sehwag. Then it is this line of code is executed where it expects me to enter another value from console. Then I entered Yuvraj. Finally, when I entered end, here since end equals ignore case equal to end, this loop execution is exited. This line got executed and completed. That means it keeps on asking me for the values. As long as I enter the value which is not equals to end, it keeps on taking the value. When I enter end, that means it understands that I don't need to wait for any more values. Simply exit that while loop. Okay. So in this example, read from console, we are just taking the value without running any while loop. First I am taking one value, that is name. Then it is asking for age. Okay, done. It took those values. Then inside the program, you can use those values for whatever the purpose. Here I am just printing those values. But you can use those names and values for whatever logic that you want to execute. In this example, here I am running while loop. It keeps on taking values as long as I don't enter end. Whenever I enter end, it exits this while loop and the execution is completed. So these are two examples for reading values from console. Clear? Any doubt in this? Any doubt in this?
How is this useful in real time?
This one, reading from console, we hardly use this. We hardly use this. So from console means from Eclipse, that too particularly. Whatever, when we are using IDE, that is any IDE like Eclipse or IntelliJ, for some reason, if you want to take values from console, then we use this. In real time, we run all our code somewhere on the servers, right? Not using Eclipse. We simply build jar files and we deploy those jars onto some Linux machines where there is no IDE at all. We simply run those jars. There is no need for us to read values from console like this. There is no IDE at all, which means we hardly use these things. But I want you to know these things. I want you to know the difference between system out and system in. What is the purpose of system out? To write to the console. What is the purpose of system in? To read values from console. Okay? Sometimes when you are writing, when you are practicing something, you might need to take values from console dynamically. In that case, you may use this simple piece of code. You can use this. Okay? So this is the difference between system out and system in.
Yeah.